So we're groaning from here until we reach the corner of Edward Street where we will be turning. And when we take Edward Street corner, the drums will roll and we start to sing and shout again.
Praise the Lord.
Alright? So, and we all know the meaning of the groaning.
Yes.
Right. So we want to move off with groaning. But before that, Bishop will lead us in prayer.
Israel. Now our theme is, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side. And we know that the Lord has been on our side. So we just want to recognize the God who we serve, the one, the true and the living God, by a little chant that I will do, and then a short prayer in Jesus' almighty name. Amen?
Amen.
And I must say pleasant good morning to each and every one of our visiting guests from Barbados. I'm Dr. Fogas. Dr. Fogas and all other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, brothers, pleasant good morning.
Good morning.
And we also have representative from UTT. So we have a wonderful gathering yesterday, amen? Those of you who know the Shema, just help me to say please. Shema Israel. Shema Creator of all things visible and invisible. The one that you are the living God, the God we serve, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Lord God Almighty, today we, your children, we gather ourselves together in one accord. My God and my Redeemer, it is a privilege that we can gather ourselves here because 100 years ago we could not have gathered in this spot. So we want to give you praise and thanks, Almighty God. And we pray and we ask that your presence be with us in this march, in this historic march. that your presence be with each and every one of us, that we'll make the statement, that we'll be able to bind ourselves together in one accord, in unity, for the upliftment and the benefit of the faith. My God and my Redeemer, so we give you all praise, all thanks, all honor, and all glory today, for Heavenly Father. In the name of Jesus the Christ, in the name of Jesus the Christ, in the name of Jesus the Christ, our Lord and our Savior, we give you praise and we give you thanks. For Heavenly Father, so as we go, Lord, we pray ask you to take the lead, Heavenly Father. Lead us on this journey. May your Holy Spirit be with us, to guide us, to keep us, to protect us on this journey. Each and every one of us that is going to today, every one of us, Heavenly Father. We can ask for hold each and every one of us. Give us a day of daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive you all who have trespassed, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
blocking me then.
Remember them, blessed God. The organizers, blessed Father. I pray to remember them. Father, the government of this land, the people of this land, the parliament of this land. Father, I lift them up before you. Let them continue to guide. The God that can govern, blessed Jesus. Without you, the watchman wake up what they say. And remember us. And take us safely on our journey. Bless us again and again. Endow us with your power from our God. Hey, you Baba. Hey, you darling Jesus. My God, I love you, Jesus. Father, bless us. Yeah. Bless us. Bless us, God. My God. Carry us over this world. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy
walking on the street. We could not have practiced whether in indoors or open air. But today, we were able to walk the street under police protection. So today, we want to give thanks to all of you who had the wisdom to come out and support this march. And in so doing, we pray we ask that we will build ourselves together in such a way that we will continue to build this faith in spirit and in truth, in unity. So we want to give praise and thanks to you for visiting guests all the way from overseas come to lend their support. So without any further delay, we want to get on with the program because we want our guests, our special visiting guests, we want to give them an opportunity to address us. And we have our historian, Dr. Fergus, who has been working with us during this year, giving us wonderful lectures. We'd like him to say something. We also have Dr. Lovelace, who has been with us, supporting us all the time. We have also representative from UB. So we have a wonderful cadre of people here today that we would like to acknowledge in no other name but in Jesus' almighty name. So I will pass on to Dr. DePisa to address you, and then we'll continue the program in Jesus' almighty name.
Greetings to all my brothers and sisters. Today indeed is a wonderful day. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we are rejoicing and we are glad in it. Because today has proven to us what we've been saying. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side. And we know that if the Lord was not on our side, today would have not been today. We gave out a program of sorts this morning. If you didn't get one, we have some remaining. Somebody could have. For those who didn't get, I just want to read what's written at the back of it, and I'm hoping that you will remember of the Shelter Prohibition Ordinance. Sensitize the nation to the role of the faith and the significant contribution that it has made to the development of this society. Awaken in our membership a sense of pride in our heritage and our achievements, and foster a new level of unity and community among the groups and organizations in the faith. Today we expected that we would have more people than seats. But the reality is we are not as united as we ought to be. And that's just the reality. And so today this is a centenary call for unity in the faith. And we of the committee are hoping that those of you who joined with us today will spread the news, will tell those who missed out on today how much they missed. You know, it's a regular saying that we use, oh, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Some of us understand that, but some don't. There are still too many among us who want to stay in their own little corner and be king of their own little serfdom, and they don't see the bigger picture. We are thankful that those of you who are here today see the bigger picture and saw it fit to be here for this historic occasion. Years from today, or perhaps 50 years from today, someone may decide that it is time to acknowledge another milestone. And when they do, they must be able to look back and say, 50 years ago or 100 years ago, on the 100th anniversary, some of our foreparents walked the streets of Port of Spain from the waterfront to the savannah to mark this special occasion. And those of us who have done that can be proud that we are part of history. Our ancestors left us a legacy. They took jail, they took beatings, they paid fines, they took arrests. They ran and they hid in various places. They had to move their churches over and over again. And they were determined to leave a legacy for those of us who have come behind them. It is our responsibility to leave a legacy for those who are coming after us. And we must not leave for them what we got in a worse state than we got it. We must improve on it so that those who are coming after us will have something to be proud of. Today we have a number of benefactors with us. Some of them are up here, and there are some others down in the audience. We're not going to be very long because we were not able to provide lunch for you. So we're not going to keep you very long. You see, we have been running, there's a saying, on a shoestring budget. Well, ours is a string budget without the shoe. Because when we started the year last year, we were given the support of our parent organizations. And we thought that we had that support. But as the year went by, more and more we realized that it was only lip service. So that this committee was able to host the first, and it seems as if it will be the only, joint Liberation Day celebrations that was ever held in this space. It was the first time that certain groupings came together in one. It was the first time that we had 3,000 people in one place celebrating Liberation Day. Over the years, people had been complaining that every Liberation Day we have a little thing here and a little thing there and a little thing there. And this year, we had a big thing in one place. And it seems as if that success was too much for our leaders. So that from there on in, they withdrew their support. They kept all the money. Yes. They didn't give us any. We still have debts from Liberation Day that we have not paid. And they have the money. And in spite of that, we have been able to bring off every other event that we had planned, even on to today. So that even the symposium that we had last Friday, they didn't think it was going to come off. So they didn't come. they only sent watchmen to see if it was real. And today we have this Freedom March. And they haven't come. Perhaps because they don't believe that they are really free. But we thank God that God has been on our side. So that today we had heavy police escort. It wasn't just one police by the side of the road. It wasn't just one motorbike. It was police cars. And we had from superintendent come down. That is the hand of God. And while we do not have the 1,000 persons that we thought would have been easy to have, as spiritual people, one and one makes 1,000. So if you look around, you'll see the rest of the 1,000. This march was ordained by God. This was not Hazelting. It was ordained. And those who have eyes to see would have seen what took place coming up the road. It wasn't an easy walk. But with God on our side, we were able to make it. So we give God the glory. Children of Jericho, your light so shine. Children of Jericho, your light so shine. Oh, let your light so shine, let your light so shine. Let your light so shine, let your light so shine. Oh, children of Jericho, your light so shine. Children of Jericho, your light so shine. Let your light so shine, let your light so shine. And let your light so shine, let your light so shine. Say, children of Jericho, your light so shine. Children of Jericho, your light so shine. Oh, let your light so shine, let your light so shine. Oh, let your light so shine, let your light so shine. Praise the Lord. Yes, you see, as children of Jericho, we have to let our light shine. No matter how deep the darkness, we still have to let our light shine. Because the light will dispel the darkness. Sometimes it takes long, but the light will dispel the darkness. And so today, we let you know that there are 2 more events before we close the year. Today is the 18th, and we had the march today because on the 17th, the Prohibition Ordinance was signed. But we didn't want to disrupt the movement of the Friday because we know what Friday is like in Port of Spain. And we know that people have to get time off and all of that. So we shifted to the Saturday. But then the 28th comes, and that's when they proclaimed it. And that is when we have our closing ceremony, creme de la creme. And when we started off the year, we were envisioning creme de la creme in the form of a concert presentation. But as the year went, a different vision emerged. And so on the 28th, we are going to be on Baptist Boulevard, Maloney Lands. And we are going to honor our elders, those who have gone before us, who worked and lived and died, walking in the footsteps of Christ, so that today we could have something to be proud of. And I'm not going to tell you how that honoring is going to be done. If you want to know, come and see. So 4:30, Tuesday the 28th, Baptist Boulevard, Maloney Lands. If you love your faith and you want to be part of the history, then you're going to come to Baptist Boulevard on the 28th. Before that, we have the production of Wine of Astonishment. And in a little while, you're going to hear from the author of Wine of Astonishment. The man who envisioned, experienced, and verbalized what our parents went through between 1917, when the prohibition was passed, and 1951, when it was repealed. It is the best literature on the faith. And it has been acclaimed internationally. And Baptists have been slow in recognizing and acknowledging the worth of Dr. Earl Lovelace and his work for the Baptist faith. Dr. Lovelace, can you stand, please? Let's give him a round of applause that is deserving of what he has done for us. So on the 23rd at 4:30 and on the 25th at 4:30 at Napa, right across the road. We passed it when we were coming. The theater arts students of UTT are going to be putting on the play, Wine of Astonishment. You see, it is a book, it is a novel that you can read, and it is a play that you can perform. And we have some of those students, some of you who would have come to the symposium would have seen their display. And those of you who were there, tell us what it was like by showing your hands and clapping your hands, and let's see. Yes, those of us who were there, it was great. Today we have some of the actors and we have the director. So will you all please just come forward, let's see you and let's give you your applause even now. Just come into the center, let's see you. Yes, yes. All these young people. Yes, so we are going to be with you all on the 23rd and the 25th to make your production even grander than it is. Thank you very much. Those were the young ones who will be on stage, but we have some old ones who will be on stage too. Because they didn't come up with the young people. So here we have the director, Mr. Tony Hall, and you all know that name? Yes. And next to him is Shabaka, who is also a director in his own right, but he's acting in the play. Thank you, gentlemen. And you realize that they came and they walked with us today. Just from the experience of doing Wine of Astonishment. So the 23rd at 4:30 and the 25th at 4:30, Napa. And you don't have to pay. The presentation is free. You just have to get there. And the production is interactive so that you all will be expected to form the congregation and to form part of the pilgrimage and part of the baptism and all the various things that are going to be happening when they produce Wine of Astonishment. So you're not going to come and sit down and watch them on stage. You're going to be involved in what they are doing. And they are looking forward to that. So those are the two events that we have to close off our centenary year. And so now I'm going to ask Dr. Lovelace to say a few words to you. He's been with us for the year. He has been working with us for the year, right? And we will hear some words from him. Dr. Lovelace.
Well, dear brothers and sisters, I don't want the thing to be too quiet, so let me hear a song, a hymn or something. No, forget about my favorite. You can hear one. Holy Mount Zion. Holy Mount Zion. I'm very happy to be here with you to celebrate, not to celebrate actually the repeal, but to commemorate the ordinance, the imposition of the Shouters Prohibition Ordinance. I make the distinction between the repeal and the ordinance because the repeal suggests that we have overcome something and we can rejoice and so on in our freedom. But I believe that the fact of the ordinance is that the ordinance inflicted upon us many, many wounds. And we have to repair those wounds We have to repair our communities. We have to repair our children. We have to be responsible for our gathering, for our brethren, for our communities, and so that the work in a kind of way has just begun. What this celebration or what this commemoration has done is to make us aware of what we have to do. And I think that we should not just go away rejoicing. I think certainly there is much to rejoice. There is much that has happened, but there is also a lot that has not happened. And there's a lot that still has to be done. We have to repair again. And I think that one of the great things about this also was the fact that the people who decided to commemorate this occasion have been the Baptists themselves. You yourself have done it. You have taken the intellectual lead to do this. For people who have been viewed as outcasts, as the lowest of the low, you are the ones who have taken the intellectual lead. And I think that you need to understand that. I hope that that is emphasized by people who will be speaking to you, not only here this evening or this morning, but in due course. So I just want to say thank you for the struggle. Thank you for the work that you have done, and to wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Loveless. And we also have with us today one of our supporters from years gone by. I was a student of hers, and then I became a colleague of hers, and now we sit on committees together, and she has always shown an interest.
Good morning, sisters and brothers. I'm very happy to be here, and I was very happy to be able to participate in this morning's activity. I don't know that all of us are aware of how historic this thing is. In the first place, you only get to be at a centenary once in a lifetime, right? And I think that this thing has passed too quietly, right? I mean, I heard from Teacher Hazel about the problems of support, financial support, and all of that. And I think that, I don't know, I think to a large extent an opportunity perhaps has been missed, but there's still time to put some of this out for people to understand just what kind of ground we're standing on. This, 100 years ago when they tried to kill a faith, and that faith just laid low and it sprang up again. Well, not sprang up again, it wasn't dead. It just refused to die, and that, I think, is such an important story for our young people to know about and to almost live every day. The kind of stamina that the Baptist faith showed on behalf of all the people of this country. So whenever we think that that all is lost and we can't fight, and so all you have to do is remind people of those 33 and how many years that people just stood up. Okay, so I thank you for your persistence. When I say your, I mean I don't see myself as separate from the faith. I take part a lot in activities of the faith, and I just think that we have to keep going. We have to keep standing up, and we have to keep showing people the kind of spiritual strength that we have, and everybody can find that strength if we just move together. Okay, thank you very much for today's activity.
And while we are on with the doctors, let me call Dr. Fergus, who has been rallying with us, who has taken up our cause, who has taught us a lot about our own history, and who has promised to assist us to champion the cause for reparation. Dr. Fergus.
Good evening, my Caribbean people. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. I was surprised by being asked to speak. I was surprised even by being asked on the podium, but I say thank you for the honor. I'm not a spiritual Baptist, but I decided I had to be on this march because I am marching not just for freedom, but I'm marching for justice. And I decided to march for my grandmother on my mother's side because she had died 3 years before the end of the prohibition, and she was a spiritual Baptist. I decided to march for my eldest aunt again on my mother's side, and she passed away a few years ago. She was a Baptist missionary. And I decided to represent my father without even asking his permission. He is a spiritual Baptist, unable to perhaps walk even a block because of his age. He's 98. Now, 1951, 30th of March, I see as our second emancipation. But like the first emancipation, it was followed by no recourse to justice whatsoever. And as Dr. Lovelace said, you know, that need to repair ourselves is still there. Because in 1917, the most atrocious, most draconian piece of legislation since emancipation was inflicted on all of us. They took away the freedom of the spiritual Baptists as a group, but in fact they retarded the progress of all of us in Trinidad and Tobago. And so we need to honor the spiritual Baptists for keeping the faith, because if they had not, it would have affected all of us. And so today, a very historic day. I see it as a day of remembrance, as I said. It's a freedom march. Yes, it's celebratory, but it's also one that we look back upon with some sadness, because although the British government's authority was behind the Prohibition Act, authority is not law. Authority is not the Constitution. That act was highly unconstitutional. And as a result of that, we need to call upon the government. I've done it before last March at a forum in Couva. I do it again today. We call upon the government to issue an apology on behalf of the state that inflicted that injustice on our people. I would like the spiritual Baptist leadership to set up a committee to pursue that particular agenda, in addition to seeing about repairs. And that's because a crime was committed against our humanity. And a crime against humanity has no statute of limitation. And therefore we need to pursue the case for reparations as well. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here to participate in this historic occasion. I will work wherever and whenever I'm asked to assist in the repair aspect of the agenda, the post-repeal agenda, and I'm here also to assist in making the case for reparations. Thank you all. Have a blessed day.
Bless the Lord. A peace and a pleasant good evening to all on the altar and to all my brethren in Christ. Giving God thanks and praise to be here with you all. My name is Shepherd Neil from St. Vincent. I am from St. Mark Spiritual Baptist Church, Kittel, St. Vincent. You see, when you can find something that you can identify with, it is good to be a part of. Because back home, we had the same problem. And so therefore, that's why I like the verse that you have on the pamphlet. Because nobody knows trouble like David did. You see, because he had the Philistines on one side. And so therefore he ought to have his son behind him also, making war for the throne. And all he had was in front of him. He said, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. So he said, if it had not been the Lord on my side, we're giving God thanks and praise for going our side, that we can be here today, to stand firm in the liberty wherein Christ had made us free. And for that just cause, you see, we were put in prison because of our faith belief. You see, at home, one day there was a meeting held at a place called Zion Hill. And the governor was passing the same time. And because the bell rang, his horse galloped. And he fell. And he said, these folks must be put in prison. So from then, we were put in a place where we're not supposed to be. But like Paul and Silas, while they were in the place where they're supposed to be, praises were given. So by they locked up in prison, praise were given. And so therefore God heard the prayers. And for that just cause we are free again. Don't let the freedom waste. Make full use of the freedom. Because a time will come, according to scripture, when we shall be in famine. Not for food, nor for water, for the word. The people who were under depression, the things we are trying to put out of the faith, they are picking up. Paul tells us, remember our traditions. So don't put away the bells, nor the flags. They are part of us. What makes us unique, the way we shout. And I see today that the other faith are shouting now more than we. They have more flags in the church more than we also too. Because why we are afraid to identify where we came from. But hold on. Don't give up. Because we know that we are working for one penny. Do so in spirit and in truth. With these few words I bless you in Jesus' almighty name. Heaven now is in view. Heaven now always in view. And a child of a king, and a millionaire too. When I look up above, I see the light shining through. What a wonderful view, my Lord. Heaven now is in view. Heaven now is in view. Heaven now is in view. I'm a child of a king, and a millionaire too. When I look up above, I see the light shining through. What a wonderful view, my Lord. Heaven now is in view. Heaven now is in view. Heaven now is in view. I'm a child of a king, and a millionaire too. When I look up above, I see the light shining through. What a wonderful view, my Lord. Heaven now is in view. Bless you.
Around the world and preach ye jubilee. Go round the world and preach ye jubilee. Vagabondem, fire go bondem. Vagabondem, fire go bondem. Round the world preach ye jubilee. Round the world preach ye jubilee. Vagabondem, fire go bondem. Fire go bondem. Vagabondem, fire go bondem. Tell them fire go bondem. Only word preach it jubilee. Tell them fire go bondem. Only word let preach it jubilee. Them fire go bondem. Vagabondem want to not out them. Tell them fire go bondem. Vagabondem want to not out them. Them fire go bondem. Round the world preach it jubilee. Tell them fire go bondem. Round the world preach it jubilee. Tell them fire go bondem. Vagabondem want to not out them. Tell them fire go bondem. Fire go bondem, what you gonna out them? Tell them fire go bondem. Spirit of faith, come down. We and make to us the Godhead known. The Godhead known. And witness with the blood. No man can truly say. Jesus is the Lord. Unless he take the veil away. And breathe the living word. Ay, 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 ay. Oh. Ay, 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 ay. Hello. La, 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 la. Hello. Greetings. I must say a peace and a blessed good afternoon. I find all y'all's Baptists a little too quiet. I must say a peace and a blessed good afternoon. All protocol established. To the Queen herself, Dr. De Pisa, Bishop Hippolyte, Bishop Nichols, my elder brother, Bishop Carlisle, Dr. Oswell, and to all you wonderful saints in God. I am forever grateful to Trinidad and Tobago. Now listen why. The scripture said, this and that man was born there. And out of him came kings, queens, prophets, and rulers of the earth. I am from the beautiful island called Barbados. Where a Barbadian by birth came to Trinidad and was in earshot of this illustrious fate. I give gratitude to my spiritual grandfather, the primate and the warrior of the land, the deceased Archbishop Elton George Griffith. Now, if it was not for my spiritual grandfather, all them that got bishop and reverend would not be here. It is imperative that we know our history. I am one of the sons of the lion from the batch of the Mohicans, Archbishop Granville Williams, the deceased. Where he was the last person that quit this action of life, that went to the Red House with Elton Griffith for the repealing of the Rehoboam Act. And I'm forever grateful to Trinidad and Tobago. I salute those great elders that fought the fight whereby we are liberated. I speak of people like the beloved Bishop Gertrude Mondi, Archbishop Raymond Douglas, Archbishop Elaine Griffith, Bishop Sampson, Teacher Hernandez, and lately quick in this action, Archbishop Monica Randu. These were men and women that fought the good fight. They have run the race and they have finished the course. I bring you greetings from Barbados again, from the Archdiocese of Barbados, where the Cathedral Church stands in Barbados as the eighth wonder of the world. Where spiritual Baptists can call a place home when they come to Barbados. The emphasis that we have built there, it is like Jerusalem in the time of Solomon. The other churches, my elder brother, all from one house, from the same vine factory. The sons of God, Apostolic Spiritual Baptist Cathedral, where Jerusalem Apostolic Cathedral stands there with the old-time religion. brethren, because of the time constraint, I will not go through like Baptists. But I would understand the necessary times of the seasons. I give thanks and praise again to Trinidad. And I'm going to say something now. Dr. Pisa, stand. Now, if Granville was here, he would have done this. Many daughters have done wondrously. But you, teacher Dr. Pisa, has excelled of them all. Now I say that to say this. To do or to pull off what you have pulled off, all of them, they're not able. Don't worry about who's here, who's not here. The host and God encamp around. And the General Joshua, I sent them a message last week at Bishop Hippolyte Church. They that are with us are more than them that are against us. So we will fight this good fight to the bitter dread. Asking all you Baptist people to stand up. Give a little respect to our forefathers. And we give thanks for them, for all they have done for us. We're not casting a libation, we're giving thanks. Jesus, you love my soul. Let me to your bosom fly. Your bosom fly. While the narrow waters roll. Hello. Saving to your heaven, God. Oh, receive my soul, alas. At the refuge have I none. Alone. Oh, not alone. Still support and come with me. Now I charge you before God and man that all who is assisting to carry this faith forward in spirit and in truth, go forward with them. We realize that we have a lot of old people in the faith. Somebody said seniors. But committee is doing an excellent work. And I would hope that they don't done here. NESBF is the archdiocese that my spiritual grandfather Griffith formed, where Archbishop Granville was a member of, and I maintain my DNA. So to you wonderful saints, continue in strength, in power, in victory, in benevolence, and in concord. I am under the rock.
I am under the rock. I am under the rock. Rock is higher than Jehovah. Go and tell the enemy. What a great day. I said, what a great day. I ain't gonna call nobody by individual name, but I'm gonna say children of Israel. Talk of Abraham. Children of Jacob. My brother that came before me, he gave you the sea, the sun, and the sunshine. I can give you cocoa and flying fish. So before I address, I want you to hear these sweet voices from Bob. As I say, giving you cocoa and flying fish. So they must sing you Barbadian singing before we leave. Amen?
We serve a mighty God, mighty, 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 mighty. We serve a mighty God, mighty, 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 mighty. Alua is mighty, oh, in my heel sickness, in my body. We serve a mighty God, mighty, 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 mighty. Blessed good afternoon to my brothers and sisters. I want you to be able to enjoy this song as much as we enjoy this, because we do know that God is a mighty God and He has brought us a long way. We are here to celebrate, and I want you to be able to celebrate with us. So we're going to sing the first set so that you will be able to hear, that you will be able to join in with us. Okay? We serve a mighty God. Mighty, 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 mighty. Oh, we serve a mighty God. Mighty, 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 mighty. Alua is mighty, oh. In my heel sickness, in my body. We serve a mighty God. Mighty, 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 mighty. Do you want a physician? He will give you a prescription. And I tell you the dosage might be fit like a mustard seed with his praises. Just believe the master. Stay away from Obia man. See, God.
because we serve Almighty God, we are here today. We are not here celebrating. I don't like to hear the word say celebrating. Because we can't celebrate the things that have done to us. But we acknowledging what they have done to us. It's the difference. That's why we believe that the people in Cameroon, because the wounds that they have cast upon us, the rights that they have taken away from us, they don't understand. But let me say something. I am happy and I'm sad. First, we must clean up the sin in our camp before we go to the people. Amen? So much sin in the camp. But we want to go to the people and bring truth. If every church that in Trinidad and Tobago had the same 10 people, let me say 365 churches. 10 people. We will have 3,650 people here today. But because the mental chains have not been yet broken, and they don't understand being set free, they're still in bondage. When God went to Moses, he wanted to tell the people something that God met him. They were God thing. Moses, the key that he gave Moses, he gave Moses with children. Tell the people that you speak that I am that I am. He said, Moses, I am that I am, but when you go, say, I am. The leader always get a key that will be different to the people. Moses get, I am that I am. But you have to tell the people, I am. Praise God. All I want to say, carry on. And in your Paul rejoice. I can sing this hymn, my sister. I'm not singing, I can't sing. But I'm going to rejoice in the Lord. Lord, I will eat and
hope of every child.
hope we got. Here I say,
that is art for forgiveness for the wrong that they done to us. Grant peace on earth. And we forgive them for inflicting us. I'm sorry much more people wasn't here. I have a passion for God. You see, this is once in a lifetime. I hear people talk about 50 years, I'm talking about 58, talking about the next 10 years, what will happen. A lot of us ain't gonna be here for 50 years. I'm certain enough of us are gonna be here for the next 10 years. So we have to take it in steps. We're jumping too fast. I might not have the struggles you had here, but my godson and my younger brother, he told you about how we came to have this sweet religion in Barbados. We now celebrate 60 years in Barbados. And we had majority.
Hello. Turn that up to Facebook. Turn it to Facebook.
So then in the hybrid years we got 60.
Just turn the handle. Oh, okay. Yeah, just turn this.
And over the 60, I have 48, praise God.
Very obedient.
So we ought to rejoice. Because God has brought us a mighty long way. Thank you. We are, you see, when you plant a tree, and a tree yield fruit, the fruit have to be planted again and bring forth fruit. Amen? My father, DDC, Patriot Grand Pavilions, I'm an offspring of him. And today, Rock of Ages Evangelical Spiritual Baptist is an offspring of Sons of God, Apostolic Spiritual Baptist. So we are spreading our wings. When Moses was alive, God had to talk to Moses to Joshua. But when Moses died, he talked to Joshua face to face. I am going to see that my faith that I love dearly will not die. Look at the young people that tell us, we want to see the young in church. That if we don't come along with them, and you say to me technology, they're going to go along and left us. But you know what's happening? A lot of young people dying and left the others. I hear something that troubled me in Israel. We turn away the basin, the baby, the water, everything. And then you will sing, give me the old time religion. It was good for Paul and Silas, and it's good enough for me. And you train me everything. God bless you.
Indeed, we are one Father's children. And now I want to come home to some of our elders who have been standing with us. Now we have the members of the committee and we'll give them a special round of applause just now. But we have had one Archbishop who has been with us from day one. He isn't here today. This morning when he called me, he was crying because he couldn't come. And he didn't know what to do. But for those who don't know, he is having a lot of problems with his sight. And he has a sister who is at home who is totally blind and who is now going through Alzheimer's. So he cannot leave her unless he is sure that he has somebody to stay with her until he gets back. So Archbishop Ironside sent his love, and he was crying this morning.
Since we have a good walk this morning, let us praise the Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Teacher Hazel, that nearly had the trouble. I had mine with the Congress. Some years back, we have National Evangelical Spiritual Baptist. We invite them to our Liberation Day Dream Fair complex. We had them on the program. They never turn up. That's when they had the trouble. We know about that. But what I want to leave to you, my brothers and sisters, this I recall to mind. Therefore, I have hope. And let us have hope in the Lord. Let's continue to walk with hope. Hope is the only way it can take us forward. Hope in God will bring us through. And I believe that this committee here has done a wonderful job. I believe that the Baptist committee should be proud of this committee. But I tell you something, weeping may endure for the night, but joy will come in the morning. It is of the Lord's mercy that we are here today. By the mercies of God, we are here today. If the Lord was not on our side, we would have been so successful today. We give God praise for that. We glorify His holy name. It is because of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed. Because our Lord would have liked us to be consumed. Because of the mercies of God, they fail miserably. Because of the mercies of God. And I'm saying to you this morning, great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy fullness that we can walk this morning. Great is thy fullness that we had a 1 year successful, one after the other. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness because we didn't have the physical resources, but we had the spiritual resources. And the team said, God was not on our side. What would the portion would be today? To God be the glory. Great is thy
Greet in the wonderful name of Jesus, Our Lady. Give her a round of applause, please. All of my ministering brethren in Christ, those that are sitting at the head table, to all different churches that are heads of different churches, God bless you today. Today is a very powerful day for me because I'm thanking God for life. Most important. When I picture what has taken place, what had taken place with our forefathers in the faith, when I was at the age of 8 to 9 years, I experienced something that took place. Now in 1951 is when it was raised to a point. But there was still, I'm saying to you, there were some stations, police stations, in and around San Fernando and Princestown, where the corporal or the sergeant, whenever the bell ring, they would come and shut us down. I'm telling you that I've experienced. And I remember one night the squad car came, and my mother had to take me and put me in a cow pen and tell me lay low, and Oswald, don't say nothing. They had mourners on the ground and they had to take the bands off of them. Way up in Princestown behind the cane. So I could relate to what is going on. And then I came into the faith in 1962. 55 years ago. So for us to reach to this today is a great achievement. Let us give the committee who have worked so hard a round of applause. Let me just say this and I will sit down. I disobeyed my membership. And I came here by myself. I mentioned nothing to them about coming here because they wouldn't want me to come. Because they're saying, Bishop, you just had major surgery. I had major surgery. The doctor said it's 50-50. So I said to the doctor, Doc, you do your 50 that you're medically trained to do, and I will do my 50. And by me and him doing my 50, I'm standing here today. This might blow you away. If you had seen me 3 months ago, you would make me out. But here what happened. I've just escaped from stage 4 colon. So this I'm grateful for, so I say I'm thanking God for life. I would have had too many questions to answer. Why you going? And you know you're not supposed to, you're supposed to rest and you're going up there by yourself. Yes, I came by myself with God. I felt that I had to come. It's coming to the close end of this. I'm lying down on the bed at the hospital all these weeks and all these months trying to recuperate and hearing all the things and looking at you on Synergy TV on the bed. And I'm saying, hats off, hats off, hats off. So we want to thank God for our faith. We want to thank God for all the elders before, runners before. And I pray that we as a people who are still remaining with carries, especially you young people that are coming into the faith now. Some of you are more educated than us. Because what you all are exposed to and what the opportunities that you all have, we didn't have it. We didn't have that. So we want to thank God. And we really thank God for, I want to thank him most important. That when God says yes, nobody gets saved. I'll share one thing with you before I say. The doctor that did the surgery said to me on the night before, himself and the consultant, Bishop, you said to us, do not lie to you. We are saying to you that you will have to wear a colostomy bag for the rest of your life. Or if we go in there and what we see, we just close you up and you make yourself comfortable, God is ready for you. I said, concerning that bag, I rebuke that. I don't have any bag. the problem that I've been experiencing is gone. It's gone. So he said to me after the surgery, after spending 3.5 hours in theater, Bishop, somebody went in you before me. See, I was never convinced, I am convinced that somebody went in you before me. I said to him then, I told you, do your 50 and I will do my 50. God bless you. Lord, they want me to sing. You don't know, Lord, you don't know what Emmanuel. I'm telling you, you don't know, you don't. We're not sure what Emmanuel has done for me. I'm telling you, you don't know, you don't. Hallelujah, what Emmanuel has done for me. I'm telling you, you don't know, you don't. We're not sure what Emmanuel has done for me. I'm telling you, you don't know, Lord, you don't. We're not sure what Emmanuel has done for me. I'm telling you, you don't know, you don't. We're not sure what Emmanuel has done for me. I'm telling you, you don't know, you don't. We're not sure what Emmanuel has done for me. Oh, no, you don't know what Emmanuel has done for me. Oh, the children, you don't know, you don't know what Emmanuel has done for me. Oh, you don't know, you don't know what Emmanuel has done for me. I'm telling you, you don't know, you don't know what Emmanuel. Hallelujah. Yep.
Yes, you don't know what Emmanuel has done for me. Let's hear it again for our Bishop. And we thank God that He is on your side. She has been with us, staying in the background, but she has been with us all along. Come, Mother John, say 2 words before we close.
When the storm of life is raging over me,
In the rock, I will hide. In the shadow, hide. When the storm is raging over me, in the rock, I will hide. I will hide. Shadow, I will abide. When the storm is raging over me, in the rock, I will hide. Praise the Lord. Oh yes, I want to say a pleasant good day to all my elders, the bishop, reverend, mothers, teachers, other co-workers in the vineyard. A pleasant good day. And today, I haven't got much to say, but I want to give God praise and thanks for this milestone, 100 milestone He have brought us through. Because if it wasn't for the Lord who was on our side, yeah. So I want to thank each and everyone, Teacher Hazel,
you know I like to keep in the background. But don't trouble me. Or yes, bright stars shining in Galilee. I thank you, brethren. Stars shining in. Jesus made the sun through the day, the moon and star through the night, and bright star shining in Galilee. Oh the Lord, bright star shining in Galilee. Bright star shining in Galilee. The sun through the day, the moon and star through the night, and bright star shining in Galilee.
Praise the Lord. Let's hear it from Mother John. I will now ask the members of the Spiritual Baptist Shelter Prohibition Ordinance Centenary Commemorative Committee to stand, please, and come out so we can see all of us, and let us rejoice in the name of the Lord. Come on, quickly.
Boy, next time you murder me.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Let's hear it for our committee. And on this committee, we have a person whom we call the vote of tanker. So, everybody on the committee knows who is the vote of tanker. So, we're going to call on her now to move the vote of thanks to all those who have been with us today.
It's a bright star shining in Galilee. Jesus made the sun to rule the day, the moon and the stars to rule the night. It's a bright star shining in Galilee. We give God praise. We give God thanks. Oh God, but the music. Bright star shining in Galilee. Bright star shining in Galilee. Jesus made the sun to rule the day, the moon and the stars to rule the night. It's a bright star. Pleasant good afternoon to all. On behalf of the Spiritual Baptist Shouter Prohibition Ordinance Centenary Commemoration Committee. It is my esteemed pleasure to say thank you. And today with this Freedom March, we are saying thank you because we were able, from our launch last November to our centenarians celebration, where we had in our space more than 700 years of Baptists, to our Christmas giveaways, to our hamper distributions, to our boat cruise, our Thanksgivings, our joint celebrations, to our conference, to our illustrious speakers, coming down the road to every Friday to our steel and drum concert. We are saying a cumulative thanks. You see, it had been the Lord, and it is the Lord who is on our side. So we say thank you. How good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together. Let us remember that there is a crowd of witnesses that has encompassed us. So let us lay aside everything and come together and say thank you to the chairman of the committee, Teacher Hazel and Bishop Hippolyte, to all the strong men in our committee, Pastor Reed, everybody, I can't name you one by one, to the strong women, the short ones with real strength, to our University of the West Indies and our University of Trinidad and Tobago facilitators, for your wonderful research, for your work, for today's celebration, for the police who didn't lock us up today but joined us, and you could see them. We say thank you. So on behalf of everybody in the committee, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Brethren in Christ, we thank God